He is getting worse. We can all see it. It's happening in public. But it's still a very hard, very sensitive story to cover. When you watch a broadcast nightly newscast, how often do you hear about just how far off the road Trump is? Not often enough. So something's wrong. There are lots of theories about what it is. There are some doctors who think they know. There are others who say we shouldn't speculate. There are ethical questions about even having this conversation at all. But we can't tiptoe around it anymore. We've got to talk about this.
Oh, we gotta talk about this, alright. He's upset that the media isn't complaining about President Trump enough. Keep in mind that the name of his show is literally Reliable Sources, and he decided to bring on a former Duke University psychology professor to assess President Trump's mental state.
Trump is as destructive a person in this century as Hitler, Stalin, and Mao were in the last century. He may be responsible for many more million deaths than they were.
As many of you know, I've been documenting CNN's descent into madness for years, showing you the crazy things that the hosts, contributors, and guests say on a regular basis. But I do believe that this man takes the cake as the craziest person ever allowed on the network. If CNN actually was a news network, Brian Stelter would have immediately cut the guy off, directed the control room to drop his feed, and apologized to his viewers for having such a lunatic on the air. But he just kept on going on with the show as if nothing out of the ordinary happened. There's plenty more to come in this video, but first, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel because YouTube thinks my videos are hurting liberals' feelings too much, so they're burying them in the search results and have taken me out of the recommended section, hoping that nobody else will find the videos. And if you're subscribed already, share this video on your social media feed and tell your friends to subscribe to the channel so that we can all have a fun time together. So we know that CNN continues to sink to new lows almost every day. So let's check in with MSNBC to see if maybe they are still functioning as a news network.
It's not only that Trump has to lose, but that all his enablers have to lose. We have to collectively, in essence, burn down the Republican Party. We have to level them, because if there are survivors, if there are people who weather this storm, they will do it again. They will take this as confirmation that, hey, it just pays to ride the waves. Look at me, I've made it through.
But President Trump's the one who's using too heated of political rhetoric, they say.
Why do you think that you can get farther than the 16 Republicans did who ran against him?
Because I'm gonna hit Donald Trump. I'm gonna punch him in the face every single day.
On TV?
On TV, on the radio. I'm going everywhere. Nicole.
If it doesn't work out, will you vote for the Democrat?
I will never vote for Donald Trump again.
This is Joe Walsh, by the way, who's a former one-term congressman from Illinois who's trying to be the new face of the Never Trump movement for the neocons. And he says that he now is going to run for president against Donald Trump. Maybe Nancy Pelosi can talk some sense into the Democrats and help them tamp down their rhetoric.
So you have to be ready to take a punch. You got to be ready to take a punch. And therefore you have to be ready to throw a punch for the children. A throw a punch for the children.
It's for the children, she says. Join Antifa for the children. Okay, we're gonna probably start seeing some very convincing deepfakes in the next 14 months that are gonna look and sound very realistic and fool a lot of people. But this isn't one of them. This video is real, and Nancy Pelosi wants the Democrats to punch us in the face for the children. Something else that is real that I thought was photoshopped at first is this picture of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sitting down talking with President Trump over in France at the G7 Economic Summit. Now, I'm not sure when he began his transition, but it's obvious that there are certain parts of the male anatomy that are not there. Since I'm sure this video's been demonetized by now, I might as well talk about one more non-advertiser friendly topic. Last night were the MTV VMAs, the Video Music Awards, which were kicked off by a performance from Taylor Swift, who promoted the LGBT Equality Act with a gigantic rainbow behind her set and the Equality Act flashing on the screen. It's a bill the Democrats are trying to get passed into law, which they may if you don't vote next year and they take over the Senate. What it would do is it would allow men to use the women's showers at the gym or schools, and nobody could stop them if they just said that at that time they were identifying as a woman or were gender fluid, meaning that, they used to be a man, but as soon as they walked in there, now they're identifying as a woman, or they're gender questioning, meaning they're not sure, maybe they are a woman or they may consider being one, so for that moment they are identifying as one. It would be the final nail in the coffin of our culture and our society if it were to become law, and things would be pretty much over from that point. And that's why Satan's newest little servant is using her celebrity power to promote it. And if you want to support my channel and promote the president and try to stop this country from collapsing, get my new Mount Trumpmore shirt from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Like all of my shirts, it's available, of course, in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. And your purchase helps keep this channel going, so head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.